All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Casuals. We're a couple weeks into the NBA season now. We're getting into the home stretch of the NFL. We've got an exciting pod for you guys. We want to start with the NBA as usual here. Our over and unders are starting to look pretty good, I'm not going to lie, and one of the best ones so far has been Memphis Grizzlies to go under 39 and a half wins. At the time of recording, they're just 4-8, and there is trouble brewing in Grind City. Boys, what do y'all think about Ja Morant and the Grizzlies so far?
Hey man, I love Ja Morant. The man plays like a specimen from another planet, or used to play like a specimen from another planet. The last 2 years have showed me Ja Morant is no longer the same guy. I mean, maybe it's Adam Silver's fault for nerfing his celebrations, or nerfing the gun lives, or whatever it may be. But clearly he needs to get back in the strip club or something. Like, I need Ja Morant to hoop again, but like we don't, honestly, because we took the under and it looks great. But like, this is sad to watch somebody that was like supposed to be a perennial All Star, and he kind of sucks. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm a piggyback off. I agree with everything you're saying. This dude was supposed to be the second coming of Derrick Rose almost. I mean, he wasn't at that level yet, but he was supposed to become that athletic point guard. And yeah, dude, his team's also trash. So I mean, they suck.
Yeah, I mean, well, first and foremost, welcome back, Kenny. We missed you last week, bro. You know what I'm
Appreciate it.
saying? Good to have you back with the casuals. What's up, my man?
The
But yeah,
casuals.
I know it's sad that we have a bleeding heart, Canadian on the pod again. So our heart does go out to the Memphis fans, of course. But as far as the under goes, I think we're gonna nail that. John
Yeah.
Morant is averaging the lowest points since his second year in the league. He looks pretty checked
Yeah.
out. I don't know if y'all saw the video of KD talking trash to T Morant, Ja's dad, telling him like, "Man, this
Usher.
your last weekend in town, my boy. I hope you enjoying it. Like, it's just some ribs while you can, because it's your last weekend in town. Like, everybody know that Josh checked out. Like, he should be like they're the Grizzlies shot Desmond Bain in the offseason. Obviously, let him go to Orlando, who's picking up. We got a big win against the Knicks tonight. So yeah, as far as the over under goes, I think we're gonna nail that. And sorry to Memphis, but good for the casuals.
His
Yeah, we
Celtics
gonna
put
Yeah,
fucking
sorry to
nail
cry.
the
put
shit out of
BTA.
that.
Yeah,
Celtics put BTA tonight. I don't know if anybody, I don't know if y'all saw that, but Celtics
yeah.
put BTA to them tonight. You know what I mean? My Celtics, man. We'll get to that. We'll get to
Another, and they lost to my Knicks the night, last night. So they've
that.
been getting BTA across the East Coast, and it's probably gonna keep happening that way too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Grind City is headed for a rebuild. They've got a mini youth movement there. This Ja Morant stuff has been going back to last year. He didn't want the last coach fired. The organization wanted them to play more of a spread offense, move the ball around, less pick and rolls. Ja wasn't happy with that, and ultimately got his coach fired. Now he's got this new coach who wants to install that kind of motion offense, and he's not clicking with it, clearly averaging
Mm.
Not at
career
all.
lows in field goal percentage, 3-point percentage. It does seem like that there was a report that the Timberwolves have touched base on apparently trying to trade for him.
Ooh,
What do y'all think about that? Think that's a good fit,
Ooh,
or you think that would hold Ant
I
dude.
love
back?
it.
What do
I
you
love
think?
it.
hide your girl,
NBA
hide your
young
girl.
boys. NBA young boys, two biggest streamers on the same team.
I think
That's
they
gonna be
would. I think
crazy.
that would be Ant next to Ja would be one of the best backcourts in the NBA. I think, in all seriousness, they would be hilarious together. Absolutely hilarious. But I think, in all seriousness, these are two athletic freaks. If Ja Morant starts having fun again, because that's the thing, is Adam Silver took the fun out of basketball. Like, let's be real. He's not having fun. Like you say, he's going from coach to coach to coach to coach. If you put him with the Ants, and Ants obviously in a good situation in Minnesota, he has to have good people from that organization or something helping him stay in check. He's had like 8 baby mamas. Let me stop.
Right.
Don't quote me on that. Was a call for a shot. All loving it. But no, if you put those two athletic freaks who can play defense, he could play offense, create his own shot, create shots for others, and this is both players I'm speaking on. They'll dunk on your
Right.
center. That's that could win you an NBA Finals, and they're
I
not
think
far. They're not far.
I think that's you make great points, sis. But I think that's more of a 2K trade. I feel like than a real trade. I don't know how they would mesh together. I don't know as far as we've said about Jaws, and everybody knows about Jaws. We'll call it off the court antics. We'll call it that. I don't know if he's at that point of his career where he's ready to seed and be the second guy, be the second fiddle to an Ants team. Whereas
Okay.
in Minnesota is clearly Ant's team. I don't know if he's at that point of his career yet. I feel like that's
He
going to be
might
a
need to
risk
get
for
there.
and that's asking for a lot. That's for a guy who's
Yeah.
checking out on his own team. Is he ready at this point in his career to be that championship level player?
But
I don't want to be that guy. I hope that he is, but at this point in time, it doesn't seem like that he is.
if you
Yeah,
get
it doesn't.
offered that money, if you get offered that money and a chance to win a finals ring and play with someone who you know is your age and similar, not into the same things, but likes to have fun, you don't think John Morant sees as a great opportunity for his career? If he wins a ring, he's still gonna average at least 20 on the even with Ant being the number one. Like
I don't
that's
think
a
I don't
huge
think that's
opportunity.
I don't think that's them two together. I don't think that guarantees you a ring. I mean, well, first of all, what would you have to give up to get him? Obviously you're taking
Yeah.
away from the Grizzlies aren't gonna, they're gonna take some pennies on the dollar, but they're not gonna take
Ugh.
that little. They're gonna
Yeah.
have to get a fair return. And at that point, with just
Yeah.
and John Morant and maybe Julius Randle as your three, I don't know if that's an automatic puncher ticket to the NBA
I
Finals. I don't
like
know
it.
if
I
that does
like
it.
it. I don't know. I like
Maybe in 2K. I mean, it sounds good in 2K. I
it.
mean, sounds great, but I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know if that's winning shit. I don't think that's winning
it's a
shit, my
very
boy.
real Hoopers ball don't stop kind of trade versus like the advanced analytics
Yeah.
kind of
That's
discussion there. But yeah, pretty safe to say that John Morant won't be winning MVPs anytime soon. We do have some critical updates on the MVP ladder just from last week. Victor Wembanyama, after coming out of the gates hot, has kind of dropped a bit in the standings here. He went from second at plus 400 to fifth at plus 900 now. The boy wonder Luka Doncic has climbed up to second in his place at plus 320. Six, Canny, I know you both are very much on the Luca MVP train. What are you seeing out there in La La Land?
I'll
How we
let the
I'll
feeling?
Lakers
let
fan.
I'll let
No, go
I'll
ahead,
let
Lakers. Go ahead, Laker. Go
okay.
ahead, Laker.
Hey man. There's calling him a fat
Homer
slob all off season.
segment.
There's
Homer.
calling him a fat slob all season, all off season. And he's averaging 37 points a game. I think it speaks for itself that Luca is on a revenge tour. He's got a vengeance to play. He's out to show he is the best player in the league. That he should not have been traded. God bless Nico Harrison. Shout out to bro, but
Shout out to
the
bro.
the Lakers should not have Luka Doncic right now. Like this is ridiculous. It's still like so surreal to me that Luka Doncic is playing in a Lakers uniform right now, and we don't even have LeBron. So like Luka's playing like it's his team. He got it, bro. He got it. Like he's playing well. Austin Reeves seems to be like even stepping up a level playing with Luca, and playing without Luca, he seemed to even step up an even higher level. So yeah, I'm really excited for this team, and I feel like if the Lakers can do a top three seed and he sustains this success by playing a healthy amount of games, what is it, 63, 65? I think he has a fair shot to win MVP.
Yeah, I mean, just echoing everything you said, I put in the Luca MVP lock months ago. As soon as we ended last season, and I heard, just it was like as soon as last season ended, you just heard two
It,
weeks of straight. Luca's been in the gym. Luca's been in the gym, and
it was
I
the
don't know about
GQ
you
cover.
guys.
You got a nice little
The
boner
GQ
over the
cover.
GQ cover.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it wasn't. I'm not gonna say it wasn't. Okay, just don't tell my wife. You know what I mean? Shout out to my wife. We love her. But no, I mean, in all honesty though,
Not the
that
leak.
Luca's always had the talent, but in Dallas, you could tell there was just something that he took them to the finals and they still didn't appreciate him. Like, you know what I mean? Like what player would still be able to thrive in that kind of environment? Like you obviously don't love me. I mean, I've done everything I can. So him going to LA and finding LeBron's and the Lakers saying, "We want you to be the guy who drives the bus, not LeBron." I mean, that's going to take you from being feeling down on yourself to feeling on top of, Mount Olympus. Like that's
Yeah.
huge. Luca is a player who already had the talent. Now you gave him a reason to want to win a ring. He's been in the gym. We all saw the GQ cover. Let's be real. He's in great shape, best shape he's been in his career. He has the talent, he has the intelligence. Now he has the body, pause. He also has
Oh,
the team to help push him there.
Yo,
Like
yo,
I said, pause. Come on
yo,
now. But no, I
yo.
think
It's so
I think this
crazy.
is Luca's year. As long as the Lakers finish at least top three seeds, which they're looking good, I think I think we got Luca MVP. Finally, Luca MVP.
finally.
Yeah. He should have
My
won it
my
two
I
white
gotta
years
step
boy,
ago,
in for
but
Big
my
D for
white boy is
Dallas
happy
real
that he
quick.
getting no MVP.
Yeah, it was not Dallas that did not appreciate Luca. That the onus falls on one man, Nico Harrison, and that
Nico
man is no
Harrison,
longer employed because of his
dumbass.
own hubris and his own personal vendetta against Luca. I mean, I know Luca was not in the best shape all the time, but you got to find a different way. Like if you have to
yeah,
put him in the rumors, put him on the trade block, but you absolutely do not trade a player of his
Luka
caliber,
Doncic.
especially for an aging, injury-prone star like Anthony Davis. And I've seen,
Who's also putting on
there's
some
always going
weight.
to be pushback.
He's put on a lot of
Yeah,
weight.
for sure.
And
He
he's
got
on
he
the
got to Dallas and started eating up that Texas barbecue, man. It's hard to stay
Even
yeah,
away.
even with all the weight, he's played more games than AD. So it's
yeah.
insane. So
And AD's
Yeah, it
listed
just made
actually
no
on the
sense.
trade block. I don't know if you guys saw
yeah.
that, but they've listed AD on the trade block now that they fired Nico. AD's also only played like what 14, 15 of the 40 actual games he's been on the roster for. Like AD, they traded for a player that's made of glass, and they traded away a guy quote unquote out of shape who took you to the finals. If he took you to the finals when he was out of shape,
Right.
what the hell you think he's gonna do when he's in shape? Like, come on,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
It's
not
Like
clown
also to
stuff.
build off of that, like, you know, Nico Harrison, like the minute he trades Luka Doncic, AD gets hurt, and then 2 weeks later, Kyrie gets hurt for the season, for next season as well.
Yeah.
So like you've essentially lost 2 seasons, now that you want to rebuild when you already had a superstar, then you had all this talent you got, but like it's tall defensive talent, but no one to pass the ball. You
Yeah.
go trust
yeah,
D'Lo with the
exactly.
ball.
That's
Like
the
trust
thing is
Yeah.
me,
that
like
You
D'Lo is
know,
now
trash. Like
you know who I feel bad for is Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson denied signing with the Lakers, who offered him. The Lakers offered him
I
more
don't feel
money.
bad for that nigga at all.
They offer him
I
more.
don't either. I do not
They
feel bad
offered.
for him.
Well, listen to this. The Lakers
Merrick,
offered
let's
him more
no, well,
money.
no, we're stop. We're not caping for
This,
Taylor
this,
Thompson.
Boy,
I'm
listen.
no, 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 no. No,
So
we're not. He's
the
got Meg the
Lakers.
Stallion. It's
he's
it's.
fine,
We
bro. He's
offered him
good.
money. He's good. He's
He's
good,
good.
bro.
He's good. He's good.
No. So what I'm
We
trying to
do
say
not
is
need to
that
waste airspace on
the
Clay
only
Thompson's
reason
aging
he
career.
signed with the Mavericks was to play with Luca.
Play with
And then
Luca.
Luca got
Yeah.
traded right afterwards. That's all I was trying to say. He denied more money to play with Luca. But
the
yes,
Yeah.
to this
entire
day, Meg Thee
roster was
Stallion.
built around Luca.
Poor
Like
Luka
there's the only
Doncic.
other playmaker on the team was Kyrie, and that was to
Yeah,
be a valve for Luca. And
yeah,
once Luca was
Right.
gone, they didn't have a point guard. They're forcing Cooper Flag into that role because they don't have any other options. You're telling me your season depends on D'Lo
A Cooper
staying
flag.
healthy and playing well because you don't have
that's
any other
tough.
fucking point guards? Like
That's
none of
tough.
that made sense, and it's purely off of Nico Harrison's narcissism. And it's nice that he
Right.
got fired now, but you just set back the franchise 10 years on your way out. And that's the thing. Like
Right.
these owners, if you're gonna want to buy in, and it, it goes all back into this whole conspiracy about Mark Cuban selling the team to Miriam Sands to try to get like gambling and shit legalized in Dallas. But I don't want to go into all that. It's a disaster of a trade. He was rightfully fired, and Dallas is paying for it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, outside of Luca,
Mhm.
Bug, you have any dark horse MVPs you want to ride for early in the season?
Hey, as far as dark horse MVPs, I got Jokic. I'm always gonna, throw my hat in the Jokic ring. He's been playing incredibly. I don't know if that's a dark horse. I think he's still top three on in odds, but we get a lot of Luca love. We're getting a lot of, SGA is still the favorite. We had a lot of Wemby Glaze on this very podcast last week. So I'm always gonna
Sure.
shout out Jokic. As he put up he had a great game last night. I watched a little bit of Nuggets Kings. Just because shout out to Insomnia. Shout out to Russell Westbrook, still jacking up shots. But yeah,
You know,
as far as Jokic is healthy and the team is playing well, top three seed and all that, he's definitely got a shot to win it. So
Yeah, you
Jokic
always
is
got to
shooting
shout
like
shout out
out
to Joker.
70%.
Yeah, always got to shout out Giannis, but it kind of goes with the Luca thing. Like it does depend on how many wins their team can get. They're both
Mhm.
gonna do crazy individual things, but ultimately
Right.
it is an individual award, but it does depend on team success as well. But yeah, that's our NBA recap. Let's move on to the NFL now. Week 10, we're starting to get
Yes,
hot
sir.
over here at the Casuals.
Yes,
We're coming
sir.
back here. Let's talk about some of our biggest wins. Canny, why don't we start with you? You weren't here last week, and we clowned on you a little bit
We
for
did.
one
I
pick
heard
in
it.
I
I
did for
heard it.
particular.
sure.
Why don't you give it back to us?
Uh, the Panthers. uh, okay, look, Rico Dowdle somehow has willed the Panthers to win 2 games in a row this season by rushing for 230 yards. That's the only way that this team had won 2 games in a row. I was essentially betting that Rico Dowdle was not going to have 230 yards a game because the Panthers' offense is ass. Like I have Ted McMillan on my fantasy team. He catches 6 catches and 40 yards every game. Like Bryce Young is pissing me the fuck off, man. Like I and what I saw from Tyler's show against the Rams for what I thought originally was a really bad decision by Kellen Moore to play this guy at an away game against probably the Super Bowl contending team uh, was a dumb idea, but it helped him a lot because I feel like he looked 10 times better against the Panthers and he already went against one of the better teams in the league and he's playing a really mid-level team in the Panthers. So yeah, I just was just like, you know what? I'm a bet on the shoe. So, shoe adjacent. So I fucking went with it. And I was just like, you know what? I like this line.
Chuck
It,
it,
it just
man.
didn't and the other thing
Shuck
was
it
the
up.
Panthers hadn't covered all year. So it was just like, yeah, I'm taking the Saints on this.
Six,
It was
Boog. Y'all want to do some victory laps from last week?
oh yeah. I want to
go
hear
ahead, Blue. Let's hear Blue.
I want to hear the Mills. Come on, man. You got this man Andy was talking
you
about some
know, you
apology.
know.
So where's the background? Where's the background?
Oh, y'all, hold on.
Put it
This
up.
is
Put it up.
this for the people. This for the people. Hey, you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of chatter about Boog's performance on the pod last week. Boog, you 3-10. Boog, you doing Boog? You know how to pick games. And there was also a lot of chatter in the first half of this very game that this man was playing. Davis Mills, Texans at home against the Jaguars. We talked about on the pod. I said, we talked about good defense, take the defense at home. We talked about turnover battles. And even in the first half of this game, my phone's blowing up, man, and it's like, yo, the Jazz, man, look at what we doing. Man, get ready for the pod. Be ready to book. Be ready. You better be ready for this. And you know what? Spoke too soon, flew that wad too soon, and the neck, man. The neck got you, man. Like
The neck got you.
the net got you, bro. Like sometimes you blow your load too soon because the net got you. And I
Ooh,
love Jacksonville. I love the
that was
Jags,
bars.
but it's good to win. It's always good to win. It's always good to win some money. That's what we're here to do. And it was the last play of the game was the cover. Trevor Lawrence gets hit, fumble, scoop and scores 6 points, cover that spread, Texans. That was a beautiful cover. I needed that. We hot. I told y'all ride with me, man. Boog, we're back. Sorry it had to come at your expense. I'm sorry, Duval, but I told y'all, man, the game you expect to win, that's the one you lose.
Yeah.
I will neck myself on behalf of all of Duval in a shout to Davis Mills in the neck there. Yeah, covering on literally the last play of the game in the most unlikely
Ooh.
sequence is really a testament to not calling your shots too early. So shout out to Boog there.
Let's
Six,
go.
you got anything you wanna
Man,
boost
only thing I
there?
want to say is divisional games. Trust your gut on divisional games. 'Cause, man, divisional games, divisional games,
Yeah.
divisional games. That's all I got.
The
Take
third
the
eye
under on the
divisional
divisional
Yeah.
man.
games.
The divisional man.
I swear, man. I swear, them divisions always have
Divisional
such
Yeah, your
games.
good
boy
matchups.
got
They know
one
each
too.
other. They're in the same division. They play each other twice a year. They're always a good game. They're
Ugh.
always close.
That's what my dad always
Yeah, I'm
told me.
gonna give myself some love for picking them Dolphins over the Bills. I knew Josh
That
Allen felt
was
like he just won the damn Super Bowl. He was not
Super
ready for
Bowl.
that hangover in Miami. And that's a bit of a preview for
yeah.
week 11 as well, because
Him and Haley were out
y'all
all
will see.
night at
Y'all will see.
that
But yeah,
club.
Oh
They was out.
gosh.
Him and Haley was out of that club all night. That club that's open till like 6 a.m. Space, a club Space. That's what it's called. It's called Space.
Please.
yeah. So just a quick recap for all of our listeners. Our consensus record on the spread picks now is at 11-10. Your boy
Hey.
Andy, NBA Quach boy, Pretty Quacho is in the lead at 16-11. We got Six coming in at second at 15-12. Canny at 13-14. Boog bringing up the rear, but making a push after his 3-10 opening at 11-16. So we're
Yes,
getting
sir.
hot. We're starting to heat up. We
Ride with
hit
me.
on all of our locks last week, so y'all better tune in. Play some money on them locks, man. Patriots plus 2.5 for me. Ravens minus 4.5 for Boog. Hawks minus 6.5 for Canny. Lions minus 8.5 for Six. Those all
Yes,
hit.
sir.
We
Yes,
were
sir.
one damn pick away from hitting our lotto parlay. It was not the Saints
Oh.
money line like we thought it was gonna be. It was AJ Brown and the Eagles doing whatever fuck shit they wanted to do on Monday Night Football. we were close. We were close to
It
hitting
was
plus
so,
4,000.
dude. That last
So
It's all your
play,
close.
fault,
that
man. All
last
your
play
freaking fault,
by the
Bug. It's your fault.
4th and 12, throws it up to AJ Brown, and he just drops it. I
He
feel like
should
he didn't
have
even
had
want
it.
it. He didn't even want to catch it. He looked like he was jogging on the field. Like, I don't know, AJ. I don't know.
AJ
That's what
Brown
happens when you
telling
have a
all his
running back at
fantasy
QB.
owners to give him away, man.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, 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 no. Don't do that, Jalen Hurts hate. Don't do that. We are not Jalen Hurts hate. He has a
Hey,
ring.
look,
But yeah,
man.
your casuals
So
are heating up. Let's move on to week 11. Our first game of the week's going to be tonight's game when the episode comes out. Boog's very own New York Jets taking on the red hot New England Patriots. Pats are favored in this one by 12.5 points. Boog,
ah,
what do you think?
good
Your
lord.
team covering?
Hey, man. Look, Jets riding a hot streak, 2 wins in a row. You know, don't call it a comeback. And I'm definitely not gonna call it a comeback. I went against the Jets last week, and I want to go against the Jets again. That's why I wore my Zach Wilson jersey, because Zach Wilson has never beat the Pats, and I don't think that Justin Fields is gonna beat the Pats in a Jets jersey. Nor are they gonna cover. I'm taking the 12.5. It's gonna be an ugly game. It's gonna be nasty. I don't really want to watch it, but I'm gonna watch it anyway because I'm a Jets fan and I don't really love myself. So
That's
I'm
what
going
being
with
a
the
fan is all
Pats.
about.
I'm going with the
Six,
Pats, man. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I'll hop on
six,
this.
Kenny, either of y'all riding?
You guys know what I love to say. You know what I love to say. Divisional matchups. Divisional matchups. Divisional
No.
matchups. I know the Jets were really bad. The Patriots were really good. Jets just did a half fire sale, but they're letting Brees Hall drive mopeds in the locker room. It's a whole new culture. Divisional matchup, short week because Thursday night football, not much rest and recovery. I think 12.5 is a lot. I'm Jets are going to lose. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be garbage time that brings them within 12.5. So I'm going Jets. 12.5.
Little
Mm,
backdoor
mm,
cover, Justin Fields. I like it.
mm,
Kenny, what do you
mm,
think? Which way are you leaning?
mm.
I think the Jets are going to win this game. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I've been on the. I like the Jets this year. I'm sorry. I've been watching the Jets a lot more because Ben is my roommate, and like we'll be watching the Jets game a lot more closely. And it's like, man, this team is so sad, but I just want to root for him, dog. Like, like
I
I'm
mean,
just
like a
like,
sad puppy.
it's like,
All right, I
bro,
like
like
it.
they somehow lose the wildest games that they should have won. They're like the Jets' record does not show like games they should have won. Like they should have beat
They're
the Steelers. They should
1-7,
have beat
aren't
the
they?
Broncos in London. They're
Okay.
2-7. Okay, they
Okay.
should be at least four and they should be at least 4-6 in my opinion, bearing a couple mistakes.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
think the Jets are hot. I think the Patriots are due for a really big shit game.
Okay.
I thought it was last week, but it wasn't. I think the Patriots are due for a shit game. And who else would be a shit game to have than to play against the Jets? Like it's like the biggest shit. Like if you want, I think Drake May's gonna shit the bed.
Okay.
Personally, I think he's due for it. So yeah, I don't. The Patriots are one of the three best teams of the AFC right now, and they have just as many good wins as the Colts, I would say too. And we both have lost to the Steelers, and I think that this is a game that they just lose.
Okay.
All right. Well, we're starting with the split. I do not believe in the Jets to cover here. I'm all on the May
What the
MVP
fuck is this
train.
nigga
I
talking
don't think the
about?
Jets
Yeah.
are going to get a kick
Goodness.
return on return touchdown on back-to-back drives in this one. I think New
That's
England will
true.
cover 12
I
and a
got the
half
Jets,
points.
man.
But let's
I'm with
move
the
on to
Jets.
Washington Commanders at Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are favored by just 2.5 points here. Six. Why don't you open us up here?
Yeah, I'm gonna actually go with the Commanders to cover the 2.5 spread, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win this game. I just want to remind everybody the Dolphins are not a good team. I don't care what they did last week. I don't care how great they did last week. Devon Achane is more than likely a top three running back. That's a discussion for another time. And I love Achane. Don't get me wrong. I think he's going to have at least 2 touchdowns in this game. But with that said, I think the Commanders team is still a team that went to the NFC Conference Championship last year. Yes, they don't have JD5. He's elite. He's like, a huge reason why they got that far. But you don't get that far off of just a quarterback. They beat the Lions. Like you don't get that far off of just a quarterback. It takes defense as well. It takes special teams as well, offensive line as well. I think that they are a solid team fundamentally. I think the Dolphins are not a solid team fundamentally. Their coach is trying to be a hard ass now. You know what I mean? Like I like their coach, don't get me wrong, but he's kind of looking goofy at this moment. Great win last week. Respect to him. A Chain's great. I'm thinking the Commanders they cover at least a field goal.
Bug, you riding with six? You riding with the Dolphins?
Uh, I'm going with the Finns, man. I don't want to bet on Marcus Mariota to cover any kind of spread. I don't care if it's 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. I don't care. This Commanders team is awful. Their defense is awful. They've lost their starting cornerback. They've lost their starting corner and quarterback. I mean, this team is lifeless, and I feel like going to Madrid without any kind of life to this team. They have really nothing to play for. I don't see them covering. I like A Chain big in this game. I like the Dolphins big. I am nervous as Tua as a favorite. Betting on Tua as a favorite does make me nervous, but neutral field, I'm gonna go with the better team. I'm just gonna take the Dolphins 2.5.
All right, split so far, Canny. Which way are you going?
I don't want to pick either team. This is like the worst game this week. Like what? Ugh, like I literally said in our group chat, like I didn't want to pick the. I don't want to play with the Dolphins again, but sadly, I will be siding with the Dolphins this round. I think the Commanders, like Ben said, are dog shit. These guys, Terry McLaurin is going to Madrid, but was ruled out on Monday. So like, the team is in disarray. They're on vacation mode. I think the Dolphins are like fighting for Mike McDaniel's job in some type of way. So I think the Dolphins cover pretty easily.
Yeah, I said this last week. This is going to give 6 the fade for this game. I'm siding with the Dolphins as well. I said last week that the Lions were a uniquely tough matchup for the Commanders, slow and old defense, and the Dolphins are going to do the same. They just have too much speed out there. Madrid is very similar to Miami. That's why that they're the quote unquote home team. I think that's going to lean in their favor, and a field goal is I think they'll cover that pretty easily. So that brings us to our next game, Chicago Bears at Minnesota Vikings, another divisional matchup. The Vikes are favored by 3 points against the NFC North leaders here. Kenny, how you feeling about the hometown team, the Bears?
Oh, Bears.
Chirac. I'm going with the Bears. I think the
Mm.
Bears showed some resilience last week, down 20-10, coming back and winning again. I mean, yeah, it was another quote unquote dog shit team of the Giants. Another head coach fired. First, was that the first head coach fired this year?
I believe so.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
it
Titans.
is. It is.
Titans. Brian
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
Callahan.
All
Titans.
right. Oh yeah.
Titans.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
Titans head coach too.
Mm.
Yeah, so another coach fired, but like I don't think the Vikings are that good either. I mean, they're really on and off every other week. They really came up against the Lions. They were alive for a quarter against Baltimore, and then Tyler Luke put them in the casket. So yeah, I think the Bears get their revenge from Week 1, especially after that comeback win. So
Okay.
6.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go actually with the Vikings here. The Vikings are already undefeated in their division. The Bears are 0-2, so they do need this divisional win badly because they're behind the Lions right now, technically, because the Lions are 1-2 because they beat the Bears, and the Bears are 0-2. So this win would make them 1-2 even divisional record with the Lions to maybe help them get up in the standings. But with that said, I think the Vikings play well against their division. I think Kevin O'Connell is a fantastic coach. He seems great for teams in his division. I think that, the 3 point spread going the Vikings way makes it tough. And that's what hesitates because I don't like those field goals. But I'm gonna go Vikings because they do good in divisional games. They do. They're the home team. I think Caleb Williams is gonna have one of his more struggling games of the year, and I think the Vikings are gonna win this game. I've been a Vikings fan already before in the past. I'm gonna be a Vikings fan again.
All right, Bug, you got to break the split so far.
All right, and I'm gonna side with the home team as well, man. I'm gonna go with the Bears. I'm taking the +3 on the road. It's a divisional game. It's gonna be tough. Six. Shout out to the divisional guru over here. But the Bears, like you said, they need this game. They need it bad. And it is gonna be a tough game for Caleb going against the Brian Flores defense. But the Vikes are 1-3 against the spread as home favorites. I think they're gonna be 1-4. I like the +3 here.
Yeah, I'm not liking the body language from Justin Jefferson and the Vikes here. JJ McCarthy calling himself 9. I think he's going to need a new personality now because it is not looking good. I'm siding with the Bears as well. So
It's not.
that gives 6-2 fades so far in 3 games.
All right.
And that brings us to the Packers coming off 2 losses in a row, going on the road to take on the New York Giants. The Packers are favored by 7 points. Bug, tell us about the Giants. How you feel?
Hey man, swaggy white boy down, Jackson Dart, my boy down with a concussion. You know, Brian Dayball out finally. Another 2-8 start for Brian Dayball. Glad to see him gone. Jameis is gonna start this game, and it is at home. It is at MetLife. The Giants covered 2-2 at home so far against the spread. But I think the Packers, if they can't cover this game, I don't know if they're ever going to cover any game. You have lost 2 in a row. You need this win. I think you need to win by a touchdown. Vegas is daring us, but I'm going to take that dare. Even though I faded the Packers twice, in 2 weeks on this pod. I think I
And you've
think
been right.
and I have been right. And so I think I got an eye on the Packers. So if I know Matt LaFleur, like I think I do, I think they're going to win by a touchdown against Jameis. Even though he had a great press conference today.
Yeah,
He
I
was
Kenny,
think
you
that's
singing.
going
good.
with the roomie?
Yeah, I'm going. I'm not gonna go with the Giants. I'm sorry. I don't think the Giants are. I wish I could say this, but I want to go for the Giants. I really wanted them to win 6 games this year. I put $10 on it. They're not winning 6 games this year.
Light that on fire. You
Um,
should just lit that on fire, my boy.
yeah, yeah. It looked pretty good after they beat the Eagles. It's like, oh shit, they might be coming up, but no, the Giants are in injury hell. They do not have a running back, a quarterback, or a starting wide receiver anymore. And they're literally starting Jameis Winston. Jabba wins. Yeah, I'm going the Packers, and if the Packers don't win this game by 7.5 or 8 more points, like this is a win for Jerry Jones, in my opinion. Like they're a worse team than they were last year. Like how are you losing more games than not getting a generation defensive? I don't know. I know the defense has played well, but like I think Jerry Jones is like smiling that the Packers suck.
For
For
sure.
sure.
But
All right,
yeah,
2 for
I'm
Green
taking the
Bay,
Packers.
6. What are
It's
you
hard
feeling?
for me. Part of me wants to continue the trend of being that lone soldier. The Giants covered last week. Let's not forget. 7 is a lot. That's a whole touchdown. At the same time, I think Jameis is going to put up points. I'm not going to lie to you. I think the defense is going to have a good amount of sacks. I'm not going to lie, but I still think Jameis is not afraid to let that thing fly, and I think he's going to have a couple of touchdowns, two at least, maybe three. But I think that if you can't beat the Giants by 7 points, so at least a touchdown, and you expect to be a Super Bowl favorite, you're you're dog shit.
You're
So
not
I
a
think
Super
the
Bowl favorite.
Packers, you're not anything close to that. So I think the Packers do win it by at least a touchdown. So I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna go with the people, and I'm gonna take the Packers by 7 under.
Yeah, you almost convinced me there. When you were talking up the Giants for a little bit, I was like,
Yeah, I don't
maybe
know.
I'll take the fade. Maybe I'll ride with the new coach gimmick, the Jameis Winston eating W's pregame speech gimmick, but nah, I can't do it. The Packers need to show the world something, and this is a good opportunity for them to do that. And yeah, like Kenny said, if they don't get this one, we probably will never bet on their side ever again.
Never.
Moving
Yeah.
on to another uh, kind of a hard game to pick here. The Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons.
Can I say that the
Falcons
slate of games
are
this week
favored
suck?
by 3.5.
The games this week suck.
Yeah,
Like, do they
it's
not
rough
suck
so
this
far.
week? Yeah.
Kenny, you going against the
What?
Panthers again? What are you thinking here?
What? Who do the Panthers play? The Falcons.
They do play the
Falcons
Falcons.
favored by 3.5.
Oh,
Favored by three
oh,
and a half.
I did not pick this one. I missed this one. Okay, 3.5.
You want us to come back to you?
Yeah, come back to me. I want to hear what y'all have to say.
All
Go ahead, open us up, man. Go ahead, open us up, man. I'll let Ben start.
right. Okay. I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I don't like the half point here. I don't like the half point hook. But you know, they did lose to the Panthers 30-0. I think that was the score.
It was
So
that
I think
score.
Yes.
they need to avenge that loss. I think the Falcons kind of need a not a big win, but I think they do need a convincing win. This is a nice spot here, a division win at home. I think they're gonna cover 3.5.
They've lost 4 in a row now. The Falcons. They're not a very good football team.
No.
I like Bryce Young. I like Rico Doodle.
Bryce Young stinks, by the way. I didn't throw that in there. Bryce Young stinks. I don't know what's this Bryce Young hype about. He is like, honestly, he's creeping towards like
He's
losing to
Blake
the Panthers.
Bortles. He's Blake
I didn't
Bortles.
well, he's black, so he's not Blake Bortles. But I will say losing to Tyler Shuck is like you're creeping towards I might just bet against you no matter what territory. You hooked us with the Packers, it was the Packers, but Bryce Young is not good, man.
I
You
get
need
No.
that.
to back off of this.
I get where you're coming from.
Casually though.
I feel like we've seen
Casually.
flashes. I feel like he's never been in a very great situation. But I think that this Falcons team is really
Stop
bad,
it.
like really, really bad. I think that they have very talented players, though. I think this 4 game losing streak is going to come to an end because it's got to come to an end for this team. There's too much talent, too much talent. I think B. John Robinson might score 5 touchdowns because this Panthers defense still is not good against the run. They were the worst defense against the run last year. They have not been good again this year. I think we're going to see Bijan have his best game of the season after he's been kind of, I'm not going to say lackluster, but he hasn't been who he's been the past seasons. So I think that we're going to see him explode again. I think we're going to see him jump back up in the fancy rankings. He sees Jonathan Taylor doing his thing. He sees A Chain out there doing these things. He's getting jealous because he should be doing those things too. You're going to see it against the Panthers, who is a terrible rush defense. They also got spanked, like Boog said. So I'm going to echo that part on spanked by the Panthers. It's a revenge game. Bijan's been struggling. I mean, usually I say divisional games are going to be close. Falcons fan put BTA and win by like 5 points, which is more than 3.5.
BTA 5
Penny.
points.
Yeah.
For the Falcons,
mean-
that's BTA.
That's fair. That's fair. It is the Falcons.
What do you think, Kenny, after hearing those deliberations?
I think the Panthers are more embarrassing right now, at least like this. Okay, like let's just go back a week in advance. Like, you beat the Saints, who were supposed to be an easy win for you. You are up for the division. The Tampa Bay also lost. Like, you could be up for the division. But
Yeah.
you lose against the Saints and you show your true colors in
Yeah.
the same fashion you've always shown your true colors. That's your
Yeah.
ass. Like, you're just ass. Like, that's as simple as can be. You see this team that has all the tools, great offensive line, good secondary, a semi decent quarterback with a phenomenal run game.
He's not good.
You can't win 7 games. He's not good.
He's not good.
I took it against him last week, and I'm taking it again this week. I think the Falcons are better than what they are than the record. They lose against the Patriots on a one point game. They lose to us in overtime. They also had another close game 3 weeks ago as well. I think the Falcons have been battle tested since losing to the 30-0 Panthers. So I think the Falcons do cover by 3. So
And a half.
Oh, I'm hitting that
3.5, 4.
fade away.
Ooh, hey.
I'm riding
away.
with the Panthers here to cover. I'm gonna give Bryce Young some love. The reason we love him is because he was supposed to be the NFL Steph Curry, giving the little kids out there that might grow up to be 5'8", 170 pounds, the hope and the dreams that they could play NFL quarterback.
Muggsy
And
Bogues.
considering
Did you
his
say Steph
stature,
Curry?
he's done a pretty decent job.
Great short hope.
He was supposed
Muggsy
to
Bogues.
be Steph. Maybe he's
He's
Seth so
Muggsy
far.
Bogues. He's Muggsy Bogues.
But I do think that'll be enough against the Falcons. Speaking of run defenses, they let Jonathan Taylor run for, 600 yards against them.
Yeah. Jesus.
250
They
yards.
needed just a substandard game from Michael Penix to get the win, and they couldn't do it. I don't
Dude, that
think they're going to
88
cover against the Panthers. I think the Panthers have the run game to take advantage of that defense. So I'm going with the points here. But that brings us to our next game. My own Jacksonville Jaguars, who broke my heart this last week. Despite
Wait, hold
their
on.
horrible showing.
Andy, you got to go first on this one. I'm sorry.
I will open up here. I will put on the dunce cap for the
The dunce
Jaguars. Despite losing the fourth quarter 26-0 against the Texans, they're actually only 3-point underdogs at home against the Los Angeles Chargers here. And against all odds, I'm gonna do it again. I'm riding with the hometown team. I know that the team that showed up in the fourth quarter was possibly the most embarrassing team that we've seen this season, including the Falcons losing 30-0 against the Panthers. At least all 30 of those points didn't come in one quarter. But they would have covered at least. They should have covered. They lost the cover on the last play of the game. They had that game in control for 45 minutes. They needed 2 first downs to win. I believe in Liam Cohen. We've got a good history against the Chargers. The pass rush needs to step up. They're supposed to be a strength of this team, and they just haven't showed up. This time they need to get right. Travon Walker's had the club on his arm for 4 or 5 weeks now. Josh Hines Allen has to be hearing the noise, has to be hearing the talks of being a bust. They need to step up here. Trevor Lawrence needs to step up. Travis Hunter went out for the season, so they need some good news. I'm leaning with the Jaguars. Let's hear it. Boog, you want to open up?
Hey, look, man. Like I said, I love Jacksonville, and I feel like I come on this pod and I sound like a Duval hater. Like people must think like, yo, like, does he actually? Is he from Jacksonville? Like, I am from Jacksonville. I promise you. And I do love the Jags. Like, I want them to succeed. But after last week, man, I don't know how they're 3-point favorites. Justin Herbert is playing out of his mind. He's torching
They're not favorites.
defenses.
They're not favorites. They're spotted 3 points on the spread.
Oh, okay, I got that backward. I'm sorry. That's casually. Casually, that's my bad. But even 3 points, I'm still rolling with the Bolts, man. I'm sorry, Jacksonville. I can't as long as 16 is behind, as long as Goldilocks is behind center, I just can't trust it, man. I'm sorry. I'm rolling with the Bolts.
Yeah,
Kenny,
I'm gonna go ahead, Kenny.
or six.
Go ahead, six. Go
Go
for
ahead.
it, six.
Now I'm gonna
I'm like
have
the
to
biggest
say
hater.
that 3 point spread is difficult, but the last time these guys played, we all know what happened. And I think the Chargers also know what happened. They blew that playoff game, and that is fresh on their mind. I tell you right now, they are not big fans of the Jaguars because of that. That's not something you forget. Getting kicked out of the playoffs, especially in that fashion, you don't forget that. You think about that every single night. He still thinks about that in the shower. So I think Justin Herbert's going to go for like 600 passing yards, and he's going to tear that ass up. Wait, it's not a divisional matchup. This is going to be a blowout. Shout out Jacksonville. I love y'all.
Ooh.
Love y'all, Duval.
Ooh.
Still hate. I hope you guys do win.
I ain't say all that.
But,
I ain't say all that. I just said I'm taking the 3.
I love y'all though. Shout out Duval. Shout out Duval. I hope y'all win. I hope y'all go to the Super Bowl. I hope y'all win the Super Bowl unless it's the Seahawks. You're my
Check your
number
blinds,
2.
my boy. Check your blinds, my boy.
I know that's what I'm trying to do for. Shit, what's that? No,
Get away from that window.
got my
Kenny,
dogs with me, man.
go ahead.
You
Go
know,
ahead. Give me the fade.
so last Sunday, I was trying to get a rental car in Atlanta, and I missed like the first half of the Colts Berlin game, and Andy's blowing up my phone that the Colts are ass right now, and the Jags lost, and that was the semi day, so it was great. But you know what? I'm taking the Jaguars here. I'm taking the Jags tonight. I think the Jags got the Chargers number. I
Wow.
think I think the Chargers, after 3 games, beating the Steelers, Titans, and Vikings, are playing a semi-decent team. Like for 3 quarters of that game, Jacksonville looked pretty fucking good. And a fourth quarter blunder sometimes it is needed for a team like this. So I think the Jags do cover. I don't know if they win or not, but I think this is a very close game. And yeah, I'm taking the Jags to cover.
I like that shit, Kenny.
Mm,
Let's move
mm,
on to
mm.
Bengals Steelers. 2 teams on the ropes here. The Bengals are spotted 5.5 points on the road against Perk Rogers. 6. What do you think?
Shout out to what they were able to do last time. And divisional matchups, I love them. I love them. I love them. They're always so close. They're always so close. I just love them. But yeah, the Steelers are winning by more than a touchdown, dude. It was so cool what Joe Flacco did last time,
Wow.
man. It was. It
Wow.
was freaking awesome. But I still don't think you're elite. Don't think you were ever elite. There's no disrespect because you're a fantastic quarterback, but you are not and never was elite. Steelers. That guy, Aaron Rodgers, always been elite, except for when he went to some sorry ass team that decided to play on turf that tore his
Hey,
Toys.
all
We're
right,
not
all
going to
right,
that.
all
We're
right.
not going to
Okay,
that.
okay. Enough,
But no, I
enough,
think
enough,
that
enough.
Aaron Rodgers
Next,
and
we're
Mike
done.
Tomlin is a fantastic. I think they have a good defense. Their defense is putting it together these past couple of weeks. The Colts helped them get back on track. Shout out to Kenny's team. But I think the Steelers team is putting together a full, complete team now. They're not just hoping that Aaron Rodgers can save the day. So I think that,
Did we
TJ
watch the
Watt
same
can a little
Sunday
bit
night
quiet,
game?
but
I'm gonna just be. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Kenny,
Was that
Kenny,
not a
talk to them.
25?
Talk to them about.
Was
Yeah.
that not a 25-10 game? Okay, yes, they beat the Colts. All right, the defense came to play at home, but they literally just got obliterated by a team we beat as well. So, like, no, the Steelers team is week by week. They're essentially the Panthers of like the North. Like, these guys are so
Wow.
fucking ass sometimes. Like, you expect this team to put up at least like on field goals, 12 points. Chris Boswell is a fucking bona fide kicker. He missed one this week, but he's been perfect all season, so he's due for one. But like
Chris Boswell hype. Let's go.
Chris Boswell is
12
nice.
points? 12, not even 12 points. You got a safety, you had an intercept, you had 2 interceptions. No, this Steelers team is as so is the Bengals, but the Bengals offense is clearly better than the Steelers offense, and I think they outscore them. So
All right,
I'm sorry,
Bug.
Six. I had to
We
step
got a
in,
split
but
so far.
I'm taking the
Yeah.
Bengals.
Oh, gee.
Okay.
I'm gonna. I don't think the Bengals win, but I do think they cover. I like the 5.5 here. Perky Rogers hasn't been looking so perky. He's been looking a little down, looking a little sad. And when Perky Rogers is sad, the whole team kind of tends to get sad with him. And I do like Joe Flacco as a backdoor cover god, so I'm going with the Bengals, man. Plus 5.5. They're holding out for Joe Burrow, so they gotta tread water at least. So they're gonna at least be competitive until Joey B gets back.
Yeah, I feel the same way. They clearly feel like they have a shot to do something still this season. They're going to have to prove it this week. I do think Aaron Rodgers is slowing down. I think the 3 tight end gimmick can only get you so far. And I do still believe in Zach Taylor as a semi decent coach. They're coming off a bye. So I think they'll at least be able to cover. That moves us on to potentially the game of the week. Tampa Bay Buccaneers going on the road for the Buffalo Bills. The Bills are favored by 5.5. Canny, what do you think about that?
Yeah, these are two teams that on downtrend. This is not a game I recommend anybody bets on, but for this podcast, I'm taking the Bills. I think the Bills cover. I don't
Wow,
know.
wow.
I don't know if they win. They're at home. It's their last season at the stadium. I think they play well here. Yeah, I think the Bills are gonna win this game. The Bucks' run defense is trash. We just saw Travion Henderson, who couldn't even get 60 yards a game until last week, put up 150. So yeah, I think the Bills are going to run all over them with Josh Allen and uh, um, what's his face, James Cook.
What's
Casually,
it?
casual.
Six, how do you
Yeah.
feel? I know you're on the Egbuka train.
Yeah.
You're hoping he brings you to the playoffs.
Not no hoping because we will make the playoffs, but no, I think that it's crazy that this line is at 5.5. I think that's absolutely bonkers. I think it's disrespectful to a Buccaneers team that has been up until this past week. I mean, 2 weeks ago they were like the number one on lot of power rankings. I think it's disrespectful to an elite football team. I think it's disrespectful to Baker Mayfield. I think that this Bucks team will cover the 5.5 spread. I also think they're going to win the game. So I think taking them straight up is a great idea. But I think it's disrespectful. I think the Bills have been struggling lately. I do think Josh Allen is still a great quarterback, but I don't like and still have never liked his receiving crew. I have never been the biggest James Cook fan. He is going to dominate the Buccaneers though, because their rush defense does suck. I don't think it's going to be a very low scoring game. It's going to be high scoring, but I think in the clutch, Baker Mayfield's going to show what he did earlier in the season and prove why the Bucks are a top team in the NFC.
All right, Bug, you're looking at another split.
And I'm gonna be a Florida boy, man. I'm going with Baker Mayfield on the Bucks. I think they need this game. I think they kind of also still have a lot to play for, and Bucky Irving coming back. They're trying to load up and make a run at this NFC South. So they're 3-2 against the spread on the road, so they do tend to cover on the road. So I like them here plus within a touchdown. So I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take the Bucks plus 5.5, and I do like the
Yeah,
over
I do
too.
think.
That's a good call.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Tampa Bay has been reeling a bit. They do need a big statement win. Obviously, Buffalo is also reeling after that Dolphins game, but I do think this is going to be a shootout. So I'm going to side with the points here and go with the Bucks plus 5.5. Moving on to another divisional game, potentially dudable of the week. We got the Houston Texans going on the road for the Tennessee Titans. The Texans are favored by 6.5 points. CJ Stroud was still in concussion protocol on Monday. But if Davis Mills plays the way he did against the Jaguars, it won't matter. Bugs, what do you think? You riding with the
Yeah,
neck?
I
The
want the
neck.
net.
Give me that neck. Nah. Give me that neck, baby. I'm going. Hey, it's
Yo.
at 6.5. You said
Six
six
and
and
a
a
half.
half.
Yeah, hey yo,
Six and
six and a
a
half.
6.5. Yeah, that
A
means
whole
we got action
touchdown.
on the Titans. So, because I saw it at +7. So, whoever's betting on the Titans, again, gamble responsibly, gamble casually. But I'm going with the neck, man. I don't like the Texans. I mean, I don't like the Titans. Excuse me. I don't. Cam Ward. I do like Titans. Don't like. I'm going with the Texans. I think this defense is gonna maul them. Woody Marks to the moon. Bet some Woody Marks overs as soon as you see him.
I feel like I preach it every single other game, but I mean you guys can all say it with me, but divisional matchup.
divisional games.
Yeah, like come on now. So
We
I'm
got to
gonna
get
go.
like
You
a
know what I
thing.
mean?
Divisional
Like,
games.
isn't that the dance that I do right? Do I do what the kids do? Do I do? Oh, is that what it is? Do what the kids do? Do what the kids do? But no, I think a touchdown spread is actually a big spread. Even if these weren't divisional matchups, I still think I wouldn't take a touchdown over with CJ Stroud not being a starting quarterback. I mean, shout out to Mills what he did against the Jags, but backup quarterbacks are just really good against the Jaguars for some reason. I'm not going to take that with the I'm taking it with grain of salt. I don't trust it. I think even if they weren't divisional matchup, a touchdown is a big spread between these two poo poo teams. I think the fact that it is a divisional matchup makes them the same amount of poo poo. The Texans will win, so don't take the Titans straight up. But a touchdown spread, I'm taking them by +7.
Bold.
Annie, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm echoing what these guys said. I'm taking the Texans. I think the Titans still.
Yes, sir.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I forgot to take the Titans, but I'm taking the Texans. I'm taking the Texans. I like what both of these guys said, though. I think the Titans are going to put up a fight, but that fight's not going to be good enough. So I think the Texans covered by 7. I don't. The Texans defense is pretty good.
Yeah, I
I
think
think the
that
Titans.
lead.
I think this is like a 13-20 game in my opinion. So, yeah, I think the Texans cover.
Okay.
Yeah, I did want to side with the Titans here. I do like the direction they've been going. They showed some spunkiness, and it would be extremely expected to see Davis Mills turn back into a pumpkin as soon as he's done playing the Jaguars. But I just don't I just don't trust Cam Ward against the best defense in the league.
Their defense
So
is
I
really
think
good.
that'll be enough to get them a touchdown win. I don't know if the Titans will find the end zone in this game, to be honest. But yeah, let's move on to the actual game of the week. This one has huge playoff consequences upcoming. We've got Sixes, Seattle Seahawks going on the road to take on the LA Rams. Both teams are 7-2. The Rams are favored by 3.6. How do you feel about that line?
So I think that you should take the Seahawks. I think you should take the Seahawks by 20. No, I'm just kidding. Seriously though, I think the Seahawks +3 is easy money line for the Seahawks. I think that this is a divisional matchup. A field goal is a big spread. I don't think that it's going to be a field goal difference. Whoever wins this game is going to be within 3 points. I do think the Seahawks are going to win the game, if I'm being completely honest. I think that our defense is just you said best defense in the league. First off, Texans, their elite defense, best defense is right here in Seattle once again. I think that the Rams are a very talented team. Matthew Stafford is a very talented quarterback. He's a Hall of Famer. I'm convinced he has the ring. He's in my Hall of Fame. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame when he retires. In my opinion, he has a Hall of Fame receiver in Adams. He has maybe Hall of Fame receiver, but he has a maybe future Hall of Famer in Puka. Kyron Williams is a solid piece. He has a great coach. They're a great team. But I think the Seahawks have a great defense, and that's the difference maker. The Rams have a solid defense and a good offense, but the Seahawks have the best defense and good offense. And it's going to come down to 3 points. I'm taking Seahawks all day.
Bug, you
Hmm.
got any rebuttals for the homer, or are you siding with Sixer?
Man, as much as I love to push back on the homerism because my team is so sad, I'm taking the +3
I
as
took
well.
your team.
Uh, yeah, but
You didn't.
you want some other shit. I'm going with the Seahawks +3. I like the points here. They've covered every game as a road underdog this year. They're 4-0 against the spread on the road. I think they're gonna make it 5-0. I like the 3 points here. Slinging Sammy Darnold,
Kenny?
shout out to slinging Sammy D. Come back home, dude.
We love Sammy. God, I love Sammy. Shout out Sammy, man. I might name
Come
my
back
next kid
home.
Sam Darnold. God, I love that man.
uh,
Now JSN.
I'm
That's
go.
what I'm gonna name my kid.
I'm going with Matty Staff, man. Stafford has been playing lights out all season. I think Stafford is gonna show people why he's a Super Bowl contender again. Stafford just got to 500 overall in his record, and I think he's more than willing to put an exclamation on this game and make it his first time being positive as an NFL starter. So
That's
yeah,
crazy.
That is crazy.
I think the Rams are going to take this one. It's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be very high scoring. I think the Rams offense matches the Seattle defense pretty well. And the Seattle offense, as high powered as it is, I think, will put up points as well. But yeah, I think the Rams come away with a field goal too. So yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I'd lean if these two teams did meet in the playoffs, but for a regular season game, I'm going to go with the more complete team here. Both offenses are high powered, both defenses have their bright spots, but the Rams, outside of their pass rush, don't have much going for them on defense. The Seahawks have been able to show off that their offensive line is much improved and been able to scheme ways to
Easy
get
mouse that.
Sam Darnold comfortable in the backfield, whether it's heavy personnel or a lot of play action. Sammy D's been comfortable back there. I'm going to side with the points. I wouldn't be that shocked if they win outright. But let's move on to the other NFC West game. We've got the injury riddled San Francisco 49ers going on the road for the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals are spotted 3 points. Boog, tell us about the Cardinals, man.
Hey man, I'm gonna do it again. Jacoby Brissett. I'm betting against you, my boy. I'm going with the Niners, dude. Shout out to Matt Jones. Shout out to Duval. The Cards, as an underdog, they are 4-2 against the spread, so that's cool. Good for them. But nah, man, I'm betting against Jacoby Brissett every single time. I don't care. Niners can win this game by 3 points. I think they can win by 6 points. So I'm going with the Niners.
Danny?
uh Man, what a shitty slate of games. Like, we gotta watch this on Sunday. Like, holy shit. Oh my god. I don't even know, man. Like, yeah, I'm with Ben though. Like, betting on Jacoby Brissett. Like, I'm a Colts fan. Like, I've seen Jacoby Brissett play. He's playing the same, and like, yeah, he's eating in fantasy. But most of those points last week came in garbage time. So yeah, I'm going with the Niners. They might be injury riddled, but I'm putting money on Mac Jones over Jacoby Brissett any day of the week. I'm sorry. I
All
don't.
right.
Any
Six.
Friday
type of Mac
How
Bulls.
you
Jones,
feeling?
any type of Mac Jones over Jacoby Brissett in any era, anytime, anywhere. I'm sorry.
I think that you guys are disrespecting Jacoby Brissett. I think that he has been fantastic since being the starter for the Cardinals.
He had
You
three
know,
turnovers against the Seattle Seahawks last week.
we're not
They
going.
were down 35-0 at halftime. Like,
The
what are we
Seattle
talking?
Seahawks have the best defense in the league. They've dominated every quarterback they play against. Macy just traveling stupid. I don't think that's a fair comparison. I think he did great against the Cowboys. Remember, he
So did
beat the
Ambrose.
Cowboys. He's a solid quarterback. With that said, though, and shout out to my Pablo Creek Saints brother. That's what we played as when we were like 8 years old. We were actually on the same team, maybe even like 7. I don't know. It was Pop Warner football. I probably got a concussion while playing. We were on the same team. He's
You
a
did.
Duval boy. Shout out to him doing his thing out there, man. Represent Duval. Mac Jones. He's gonna win this game by more than a fucking field goal. They just lost last week. That was embarrassing. George Kittle had a beautiful. I don't know if you guys saw that dive he had for the pylon to the touchdown. That
Beautiful.
was gorgeous from
That
a
was
big man. Now
nasty.
that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
That's
I
pretty
could watch this.
fire.
It was fire, dude. That's what you want to see from football. He's healthy, obviously. He's looking freaking good. The 49ers are going to whoop that ass. It's going to be by more than a field goal. I know I like to say divisional divisional nut sacks. I think the 49ers are going to be in by more than 3 points.
Wow.
Yeah.
That bulletin
How
board
am I just
material.
finding out that you played Pop Warner with McCorkle Jones, dude? He
McCorkle.
inspire you?
Yeah, what a name drop. What a name drop that was.
Pablo
Was he
Creek
shining in
Saints.
the sun on that field?
Dude, I honestly, so I don't remember it much, to be honest with you. I only know he was
You
on my
definitely
team.
have
My parents told
CTE.
me,
You have
and they, yeah,
CTE.
for sure. And they said that he was actually a bigger kid, so he played the offensive line. Like this was like the second year you were eligible to play pro or Pop Warner football. Like we were very
Pro
small kids.
football.
Like yeah, pro football. But like I don't remember much. I don't remember anything honestly, but that I played football and I was the quarterback actually, and all I do is hand the ball off to this one kid, and that was our play. Only play
That's
we had
right,
was
dude.
hand the ball to this kid as
You
fast as we
should
can,
be
and then he
telling
was
people
gone.
that you won the position battle against
It's
McCorkle
Mac
Jones.
Jones.
Is what you should be telling people.
That's a
We'll have
clip
to.
right
Yeah, he's
there. That's a clip.
My
That's a
dad
clip,
was the
bro.
coach, but we don't have to talk about that.
nah, come on. He went to Bulls. He's a
Yeah.
Nepo baby too. Don't even worry about it, dude. He's a
Yeah,
doughy boy. He should have been on the O line.
He
yeah. The
was a
only
thick.
difference
Yeah.
between me and
He
him was
is
he
a
made the
thick
league.
boy. He is a thick boy.
Yeah.
But
He got
yeah,
Yetis. Shout
we're
out
a
to
pretty
Mac
strong
Jones
team.
Speaking
Yetis.
of gods at quarterback, we got two gods going head to head. Patty Mahomes and Bo Nix. The Chiefs are favored by 3.5 points.
Whoa!
Kenny, Kenny, what do you think?
He said it. He said it, Kenny. He said it. He said it.
He's speechless.
Okay.
He
I
He's
said
am
it.
speechless.
speechless. What the fuck?
He
Hey
said it.
man. Hey man. This man Bo Nix, shout out to him for finding Troy Franklin, but this boy is ass. Like this boy is straight
What?
doo-doo. Like boo boo.
What?
Bo Nix. This man, like, we're talking about Justin Fields. Like, Bo Nix played in that game too against him, but he had negative 10 yards. He had like 80. Like, that's not much better. Like, if we're being 100% real. Like, it's not.
You got a
So
point. You got a point.
personally, I'm taking Patty Mahomes, the second greatest quarterback of all time, in my opinion. So yeah,
Second.
I'm
Whoa.
smashing this. I'm taking this.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
lot.
I'm
That's a
smashing
lot.
this. I'm
I think
smashing the
we'll.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
I
I
think we're
think
going to
the
make a.
I
Go ahead.
think
Go ahead.
I think I'm sorry. The Broncos, yeah, they've had some lucky wins against some shitty teams. Like, bro, they were down 28-0 against the Giants, and they somehow fucking won that game. They should have lost that game. Like Troy Franklin had a game-winning touchdown, like off of the tip, like And so, yeah, I think the Broncos are due for an actual shit loss. So, and I think the Chiefs are well aware of their division opponents always. So, yeah, I'm smashing the Chiefs on this.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to do a TikTok of your quarterback rankings of all time. Because if you're saying
Uh,
Patrick Mahomes already number 2 all time, we'll get on that later.
This
That'll
man,
come out.
we
But look out
year
for that
two put up
TikTok
50
quarterback rankings
touchdowns
by
in the
Kenny.
league. 50 touchdowns in the
We'll touch on
second
that.
season
We'll
of
touch
this
on that
league.
one later. We'll touch on that one later. I'm not saying I disagree. I'm just saying that's a tough thing to say
Daniel
already.
Jones won.
Yeah, Paymang. If Paymang isn't your number 1, you're a fake fan. But no, in all seriousness, though,
I'm just the realist.
hey, first things first.
Dorillis Clark. Shout out Dorillis Clark.
The
First things
realist
first. On
Clark.
the real But no,
First
so in
things.
all seriousness though, I think that the Broncos have had a fantastic season. I actually am a huge Bo Nix fan. I think Bo Nix has really thrived with Sean Payton. Sean Payton's proven already in the past he can be a good quarterback coach. Bo Nix has looked fantastic. Their defense is fantastic. With that said, the Chiefs are sitting third in the division. Like, let's let that sink in. The Chiefs are at third in their division. I don't think they're going to end this season third in the division. And if you want to hear my bold prediction, I'm putting them to win the division still, honestly. I think there's still enough time that they're going to close and bridge that 3 game gap. I think they're going to bridge it, to be honest with you. I think the Broncos will fall apart. I think Kenny's right a little bit on Bo Nix. I love him. I think very highly of him, but he's not a top 5 quarterback. Might not even be a top 10 quarterback. I think there will be a slight fall off for the Broncos. I think the Chargers are going to do what the Chargers do best and choke at the end of the year. And I think the Chiefs are going to do what the Chiefs do best and come in clutch at the end of the year. I think you're going to see the Chiefs start a run with these Broncos. They lost last week to the Bills. Bad loss, but they've hit a mop the floor with the, I know, divisional matchup, divisional nutsack. Broncos, take it. Take the spread. Oh,
But
excuse me. Chiefs.
Yeah, I was about to say, what do
Chiefs.
you mean?
Yeah, I was like, wait, what?
What are you talking about? What are you talking
Chiefs,
about?
Chiefs. Take the spread.
Yeah, I mean, divisional nutsack. I'm going with the Chiefs as well, 3.5. Bo Nix. I don't know what this Bo Nix juju he has on me 2 weeks. I think I've been wrong on him both times. I might be wrong again, but I'd rather be wrong going for Patrick Mahomes than betting against Patrick Mahomes. I'm going with the Chiefs.
I know the Chiefs are looking for a statement game. If they do want to have any hope of claiming the division, this is the game right here. Start turning it on. I mean, everyone's riding with the Chiefs. They're still like last time I looked, they were tops for Super Bowl odds, despite sitting at 5-4 outside of the AFC playoff picture. So clearly, they have to flip the switch, and they got to start doing it this week. I do not think highly of Bo Nix at all. But yeah, that gives us two
I'm
sweeps in a
glad to
row.
hear
I
you
got
say
a
that.
little bit too
Chiefs
caught up
are
in the McCorkle love, but I am riding with McCorkle for the last game as well. So that gives us two sweeps in a row. Yeah, Chiefs by 3.5 looks like an easy one there. But let's move on to Ravens at Browns. Yet another division game. Ravens are favored by 7.5 points. They're red hot. Do we think they can win by 8? Bug, why don't you open us up here?
Well, you said 7.5, and I made a face because I thought it was 8.5, which means we got some action on the Browns, which I am inclined to say gamble responsibly if you are betting on the Browns. Gamble responsibly. They just lost to the Jets, so like, let's reel it in a little bit, people. Yeah, but I'm going with the Ravens if it's 7.5. I'm definitely going with the Ravens. I think they're back. Lamar Jackson's back. They're going to start stringing together some wins. The Browns, they do cover at home against the spread. I don't think this is going to be one of those games as long as they start Dylan Gabriel, who is not good at all. Free Shador, free 12. And
free
I
'em.
know a team that would love to employ him and start him at quarterback. This two could have a one next to it very quickly, my boy. Free
Start Shadur.
12. I'm
That's
going with the
funny.
Ravens, man. Yo, Dylan Gabriel, my man, you look like a Disney Channel original extra, bro. Like for real, bro. Like you got to do something else, my man.
He's
Disney Channel Extra is crazy, gang.
that is crazy. That is
Bro
crazy.
was in the running for what was it, Troy Bolton?
Nigga look like he was in Wendy Wu Homecoming
Booker does look
Warrior, my
like Troy
boy.
Bolton.
That's funny. That's
He
funny.
was
Cammy
an
Sick,
extra
y'all
for the
riding with the
Northside
Ravens as
Bobcats.
well.
Hell yeah, I'm wrong with the Ravens, man. And I
Yeah.
got this thing. Andy, you're left-handed too, so I know you root for left-handed people as well. Like I love a left-handed
That's a
hooper or
crazy line.
anything. Like, but Dylan Gabriel is ass. I wanted to root for this guy. It's like, damn, he's left-handed though. You know, it's my boy.
It's a
I
crazy
can't
line.
not
My
root for someone
boy.
that's left-handed. But yeah,
Left-handed.
I can't root for this guy. Like literally could not throw for 40 yards against the Jets. Like he can't throw a deep bomb. They have deep weapons. They can't effectively hand the ball off insanely. His play actions are terrible. They're never flaking anybody. Um, so yeah,
Flaky.
I'm taking the Ravens. I think the Ravens are gonna smash this. The Browns are ass.
Boo
There
boo.
clearly some collusion going on of some evidential tanking because that's what it seems like.
Free 12. Free 12.
Free 12.
Free
Yeah,
12.
so I'll hop in here. I don't think the Browns are tanking. I think if the Browns were tanking, they wouldn't have kept Miles Garrett. I think they would let Miles Garrett go, or they would trade him. If they were tanking, they wouldn't have paid him all that money and begged him to stay.
Wait, hold on. Just because you said that, if they didn't sell Miles Garrett, if they sold Miles Garrett, who is filling up the stadium? They had to keep him. Like you have to keep one guy. You have to keep one guy.
Not
That's
a
the
guy
only
that
reason.
a
They
guy that
expect
gets
one of
five
us in the
sacks.
wreckage, brother.
They
A guy
expect
that
one of
gets
us in the wreckage, brother.
a guy that gets 5 sacks a game is enough to change the outcome of a game. I know they lost that game, but
They've lost
typically,
multiple games like that.
but Miles Garrett isn't just another superstar. He is the superstar. He's one of the best, if not the best, defensive lineman in the NFL. He gets a lot of
Yeah.
sacks.
He
Again,
also took that pen and signed that contract. You know, like
yeah, he even admitted he
he
signed
signed
it
the
for just the
contract.
money. He admitted he signed for just
Duh,
the
the
money.
fuck,
With
the
that said, I
fuck.
mean, the Ravens, this is a divisional matchup. like we've been saying the whole entire show. This is a terrible slate of games, a booty freaking crack slate of games. So divisional matchup, divisional nutsack. Ravens are gonna win by like 20.
Yeah, that's gonna give us another sweep for sure. Yeah, I just don't like we said last week, the Ravens defense continues to go underrated. They had a great showing against the Vikings and JJ
They're
McCarthy.
finally
They're gonna
healthy.
continue to pick on bad
Yeah,
quarterbacks
that's
and
huge.
bad offenses.
Yeah.
That's all they need to win this one, and Lamar's gonna do more than enough. All right, let's move
Mhm.
on to a better game, or at least should be. I don't really want to go out on a limb and say that for an Eagles game, but on paper, it should be a better game. We've got the Eagles hosting the Lions. The reigning Super Bowl champs are favored by 2.5 points. 6. What do you think about this one?
Yeah, I think that 2.5 points going for the Lions is hard to not take that line. I think the Lions have looked really good. AJ Brown telling people, if you have me in fantasy, let me go. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but that is
I
just
did.
showing it. Like, it is. I know he does this every single year, but like, dude, like the dude's a diva, and at some point, it's gonna take effect. Devontae Smith is balling. He's having a fantastic year. I think Jalen Hurts is actually a solid quarterback. He's not top five by no means, probably not even close. Might not be top 10, but I might put him in my top 10. But like with that said, I think they still have, say, Goat Barkley. Like the dude runs over everything. The Lions, though, have Jameer Gibbs. They have Amon-Ra St. Brown. They have Sam LaPorta. They have Jared Goff. They have everybody who's hitting right now. I'm going Lions. You're giving me a 3-pointer for them? Lions, 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 and Lions.
Danny, what do you think?
Have you seen the Dark Magic by the Eagles? They're fucking shouting Expelliarmus on the fucking Lincoln Financial Field. Um,
It's
I'm
fine.
taking I'm taking the Eagles in this one. I don't think the Lions have come
Wow.
up big. I don't think the Lions have come up big in games that are challenging for them. I lost to the Packers, they've lost to the Vikings, and they've also lost to the Chiefs. I don't like the Lions in a highly contested game. So yeah, I'm taking the Eagles on this at home. You know, the Eagles offense is disgusting to watch, but somehow they find a way to win games. So I'm not gonna bet against that.
Bud?
Mm. What a Kenny, that was very eloquently put. Excellent point, but I'm gonna fade you, my Chicagoan friend. I'm going with the Lions. Jared Goff outdoors in cold weather, I'm not a fan of. I'm gonna go ahead and say that right now. There is a chance that I'm gonna say Lions and turn on this game on Sunday night, and it's gonna be disgusting. It's gonna be 30 degrees outside, and he's gonna have Jared Goff face, and it's gonna be like, oh man, why did I bet on Jared Goff in cold weather? But like you said, this Eagles offense is disgusting. I don't want to bet for them. When you're star wide receiver, albeit that's what star wide receivers do, or be divas. When they're doing that openly like that, I don't like the vibes. And with a Lions team that can put up points, I'll take the plus 2.5.
All right, that's going to give us another split. I'm going with the champs here. I do agree with Canny's point that the Lions have not risen to the occasion against the top teams. Their big statement win was against a very shaky Ravens team at the beginning of the season. Since then, they haven't really risen to the top competition, and I think that's because they're just a tier outside. I mean, they have the offensive goods to put beatdowns on bad teams and make it look like they're elite, but I think when the going gets tough, the Lions kind of fade away. So I'm going to fade them in this game. That brings us to our last game of the week. The Dallas Cowboys going on the road for the Raiders. The Raiders are getting 3.5 points. Bug, what do you think? You riding with Gino?
Hey, I got my Jets jersey on. I'm riding with Gino, man. This
Yeah.
is
Wow.
disgusting. I don't
Wow.
feel good about it. I don't feel
Wow.
good about it.
Wow.
I don't.
Wow.
I'm gonna say that I don't feel
You better
great
check
about
on
it.
him.
But
You
we
better check
already
on him.
covered that. I don't feel good about myself at all. I have on a Jets jersey. So yeah, I'm gonna take the home underdog. I'm taking the plus 3.5. Dak Prescott, I don't believe in you. I don't believe in the Cowboys. Jerry Jones. Canny might believe in you. I don't know if you're Canadian or what the fuck that's about, but he might believe in you. I don't believe in you. I think you have dementia and you need to go in one of those homes where people your age go. And I'm gonna take the Raiders and not feel good about it the whole time. But what else are you gonna do on a Monday night? It's the last game of the week.
Raiders.
The
Sick,
Raiders.
sick.
Dude,
It
I
seems
think
like you feel strongly.
you're crazy, Benjamin. Like, let's be real, man. The Raiders, like, came up with this fake lie that, just because the Jaguars ran close games, like, the Raiders came out to buy a new team, and I almost believed you. And then I saw the game last week, and that was pathetic. Bo Nix also sucked last week, but the Raiders looked really bad. Like, that game was very awful to watch. The fact that they gave Raiders this many primetime games is just unbelievable. They shouldn't even have more than one, let alone one. The Raiders, love you, Pete. It's time to go to retirement home. Love you, Gino. It's time to retire.
It's the
Ashley Jensen
geriatric
good.
bowl.
Powers is good. But yeah,
This is
dude.
the
Dak
geriatric bowl.
Prescott. Yeah, dude. Jerry Jones. Yeah, dude. But Dak
Mark
Prescott, I
Davis.
believe CD Lamb is like that. Mark Davis. But nah, CD Lamb is probably going to have like 200 yards. Shout out to him carrying my fans team last year to a ship. He's going to carry my team to a ship again this year. He's going to have one of his better games all season.
All right, we're looking at a split. Canny, you got to break it up.
You're not winning that chip, my boy.
I already have it. What do you mean?
9-1, my boy. To the wall.
Let's hear it, Kenny.
Yeah, I cannot take the Raiders. The Raiders look sexy in this with the 3.5, but I'm not taking the Raiders. Yeah.
Cowards.
This is the geriatric bowl. It's Jerry Jones versus Mark Davis, the two oldest owners in the league. And they also have the oldest head coach in the league who apparently is still calling the plays, which is ridiculous.
The Viagra
I'm go-
Invitational.
No, not this.
You know,
No.
it's crazy. There's a part of Chicago called the Viagra Triangle. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I was there last
Uh,
night. I know.
Hey, yo.
yo, hey, yo. But yeah, I'm gonna take the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys have a way better offense. I think it's probably gonna be a decent 26-27 game. But I think the Cowboys cover. Yeah,
It should
20
be a decent
30
game.
I don't think they cover
I'm
if it's
riding with
that.
the
That's
or
Raiders and
30.
Gino to cover
The
here. We're gonna have another
Raiders.
split. Vegas's defense looks pretty good enough
Oh,
to at least slow down Dak Prescott a little bit. And if there's ever time for a breakout game, it's against this fucking Cowboys defense. Gino's about to get right. Genti's
Let's
about to
go.
take the lead for the offensive rookie of the year in this game. He's about to have about 300. And the Raiders are going to cover for sure.
Yes,
That
sir.
brings us into our locks. I
Andy,
spoke on this
I got something
earlier.
real quick, Andy. Real quick. We're going to need a TikTok on your reason why you support Geno Smith so much. We're going to need that. We need, put that on the
Like the
ledger.
Seahawks fan don't even support
I
him this
fucking
much.
love Gino. He told Kenny Pickett to fuck off. He had one leg in that game. Came
Put
back
that
to
on
try
the
to
ledger. We're
take
going
on
to
the
need a
game-winning
TikTok.
drive and did jack shit. My boy is a gamer. He wants to
Yes.
win.
We need that TikTok. But I'm sorry. Continue on the picks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, let's go into our locks. My lock for the week is the Dolphins -2.5. Like I said before, the Dolphins' offensive speed is just going to be way too much for the Commanders to handle. I think they easily cover that line. 6. Talk to us about your locks, my boy.
Yes, my lock for the week. I'm gonna have to go with the Lions. I mentioned it earlier. Why I think the Eagles are a solid team, but I think the Lions have been pulling up points after points after points. You guys mentioned earlier they have no real wins. I wasn't really 100% sure why you guys said that. The only teams they lost to is Packers week 1. They beat the Bucks in a mighty fine showing. The Bucks are a good team. Like they blew out the Bucks. It was like 23-9. So I'm not sure why you guys are saying they don't have any real wins. I think the Lions have proven they're a very good team. Last year they dominated the NFL. They had that crazy loss in the playoffs to JD5, which was just, I believe, one of those games that happens when you have a young stud quarterback. There's always that Cinderella team. The Lions are a really good team. They're hungry. They're deserving of going to the NFC Championship at the least. I think they're going to beat the Eagles, who the Eagles have A.J. Brown being a diva, throwing a fit. I think you're going to see a Lions team who is a better offense and more complete really win this game.
Bug, what you got?
I got Chi-Town, man. I'm going with the Bears +3. Road underdog,
Bear
All
down.
divisional
right.
game. We're
Bear
bearing down.
down.
Let's go, Caleb. Let's get them nails, baby.
Caleb.
Kenny, what's your lock of
Performative
the week?
nail. I'm sticking with the Ravens. I picked the Ravens last week. I'm sticking with the hot hand. I'm going with the Ravens against the Browns. I think it's a lot. Dylan Gabriel. We'll see you in Valhalla. Good luck.
Yeah, just as a reminder, we went 4 for 4 on our locks last week.
Ugh,
Week 1, we did
Bang.
not come out so hot. We went 1 and
Somebody
3,
call
but we're
Wendy's.
heating up now.
Yes,
But
sir.
let's get into
cleaned
some
up.
exciting stuff. Let's get into our lotto parlay. We missed it by just one leg last week. We're gonna try to hit it big this week. Like I said earlier, I think the Dolphins' offensive speed is just gonna be way too much for the Commanders. I'm taking the Dolphins, teasing it up to 5.5 points. That gets you to plus 144. Bug, yours is kind of in line with mine. What you got?
Let's go. Like you said, you like the Dolphins by a touchdown. I like A-Chain 2 touchdowns. That's plus 350. Let's ride. I think the Dolphins, they're going to blow out this old, slow ass Commanders team. Hey, and speaking of the Commanders, the Orange Man, not to get political, Orange Man at the game last week. Yo, Jonathan Vilma.
bad look.
Jonathan Vilma, I'm watching you, my boy. That's all I'm going to
We
say.
watching you. We
Casually,
casually
I'm
watch.
watching you,
Casual.
Jonathan Vilma.
Not
Casual.
Jonathan Vilma, bro.
Casual.
Not Vilma. Not
You
for
rocked this
Casual.
jersey before. I'm watching you, bro.
All right, Canny,
Oh
what's
man.
your lotto leg of the week?
Yeah, I'm bearing down, man. I'm taking Caleb Williams rushing touchdown. It's kind of high right now. It's at plus 450. I feel like it's a little high for somebody that scored a rushing touchdown in 3 of his last 4 games. So yeah, I'm gonna take Caleb Williams in this rushing touchdown for a lot of parlay.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. 6. I like your pick the best of the week. Tell them.
Yeah, let's do it. Wandale Robinson, he's gonna have an anytime touchdown. Look, man, you got famous Jameis back there now. This is go time, baby. The Packers are a solid defense, but they play down to their opponents. They proved it. Famous Jameis gonna get at least probably 2 of them, but Wandale Robinson's guaranteed to get one. Plus 195. Wandale Robinson anytime.
Wow.
Yeah, if there's
Wow.
anything Jameis is gonna do, it's gonna be sling it. So I like that
Sling
pick.
that thing.
And if you sling it with us on our lotto parlay, you string all those legs together, that gets you to plus 17,000 over. You put $100 on it, you're coming away with 17 bands.
Come
So
on.
we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna put a little money on that. We'll see if we can finally hit a lotto parlay. But we've been the Casuals, episode 3. Thank you for listening. Y'all sign
Yes,
out.
sir. Hey,
Hey, stay thick.
Is
Stay booging.
oh,
Stay
stay
shout out
casual.
shout out
Stay
to the
casual.
Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks. We lost tonight, but yo, shout out to us. We second in the East. Pistons, we
Lakers
coming for
down
you. You
30.
know what it is.
Shout out to the
Lakers down
Jags.
30.
Don't make me look stupid again. Let's go. Let's rock.
For the
Everybody keep it
shoe, for
casual.
the shoe,
Not the
Keep it
for the
Jags.
casual.
Y'all gotta
shoe,
fucking
for
lock
the
in.
shoe.
Y'all been way too casual.
Yeah.
Right now